A man named Douglas, 59, liver disease. He confessed that he had found a wallet once with $4,000 inside. He knew whose it was, a young woman who lived in his building. He had seen her putting up missing wallet signs for weeks. He kept the money, used it to pay rent during a hard month. He never forgot her face when he passed her in the hallway, still putting up signs, still hoping. He had thought about that face almost every day for 26 years. Each confession was different, but they all had the same feeling underneath. Not dramatic, not theatrical, just honest. The specific honesty that only comes when a person knows they are running out of time to be dishonest. I started writing them down, not their names, not details that could identify anyone, just the confessions themselves. I am not entirely sure why I started. Maybe because they felt too important to disappear. Maybe because I felt like someone needed to be a witness. Maybe because deep down, I understood something about carrying things you have never said out loud. Then came the patient who changed everything. Her name was Evelyn, 44 years old, far too young for floor 9. Aggressive cancer. She had been a lawyer, precise, controlled, impressive. Even now, sick and thin and pale, she had a sharpness in her eyes that made you feel she could still win an argument. She lasted 4 nights before room 9 did what room 9 does. I was checking her IV when she spoke. "I ruined a man's life once," she said. Her voice was completely steady. "An innocent man," she continued. "I knew he was innocent. I had evidence that proved it. But presenting that evidence would have meant losing the case, and I had never lost a case." I stood very still. "He served 6 years," she said. 6 years for something he did not do, while I won an award for the prosecution, framed it, put it on my office wall. She looked at her hands, thin hands, pale, still. I told myself the system had other safeguards, that someone else would catch it, that it was not entirely my fault. She was quiet for a moment. But I was the safeguard. I was the someone else, and I chose my record over his life. She looked up at me. "Is there anything that fixes that?" she asked. Not rhetorically. She genuinely wanted to know. I thought about it honestly. "I don't think it fixes," I said carefully, "but I think it can be faced, and facing it, even now, is still better than not facing it." She nodded slowly, like that answer was both harder and easier than she expected. Evelyn passed away on the 6th day. Her family was with her. I stood in the hallway outside room 9 after they left, and I looked at my notebook. Pages and pages of confessions, ordinary people, extraordinary secrets, a whole hidden life that most people carry. Silently. From the moment they make a mistake, to the moment they run out of time to pretend it never happened. And I thought about something. All these people, Gerald, Margaret, Douglas, Evelyn, they had carried these things for decades, not because they were bad people, but because they were human. And humans are very good at finding reasons to wait. Wait until the right moment. Wait until things are better. Wait until they are stronger. Wait until it hurts less. The waiting never ends. Until room 9 ends it for them. There is something living inside most of us. Something we have never said out loud. A mistake we made and never owned. A person we hurt and never apologized to. A truth we buried under years of silence. We tell ourselves we will deal with it later, when we are ready, when the time is right. But room 9 taught me something I will never forget. The time is always now, not because death is coming, though it always is, but because carrying that thing costs you something every single day. A small piece of your peace, a small piece of your lightness, every single day, until you finally put it down. You do not need to wait for room 9 to tell your truth. You can tell it today, to the person who needs to hear it, or simply to yourself. Either way, put it down. You have carried it long enough. Now it is your turn. Is there something you have been carrying, something you have never said out loud? You do not have to share it here, but I want you to ask yourself honestly, how long have you been carrying it? And how much lighter would you feel if you finally put it down? Share this story with someone who needs to hear it today.